Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen, with another insufferable video regarding Ncuti Gatwa, your favorite new Who on the Block, who now complains that people who don't like the new iteration of Doctor Who is either a xenophobe or they just don't appreciate classy writing.
My best friend Silas, who is Ghanaian, when I moved in with him at 19, he was like, wow, you wash like white people.
No, it's neither of those, I'm afraid, Mrs. Gatwa. But let's get into this video today because it's going to be an absolute riot, I tell you.
I love meeting the Whovians.
This is so amazing, oh my gosh.
I see how protective you lot are on social media. I see it. Me and Millie had this conversation in the cast tent the other day about how protective you guys are, and it's really not unnoticed. It's very noticed, and we love you for it.
But I'm not a doctor, you see. I'm just a detective inspector. Yes.
Well, I am a doctor, or at least I was, for many, many years.
I decided I would use my new super kung fu powers to fight crime. So I became the best cop in the world. I became
Kung Fu Hot Dog.
No retreat, no surrender.
You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
So courtesy of Bounding Into Comics, Doctor Who star, give me a break will you, Ncuti Gatwa pushes disingenuous narrative that critics of latest series are racists. It's just really sad for them. According to the current series lead, Gatwa, whose fans found themselves walking away from the latest season of Doctor Who, which, by the way, is season 14, or the first season featuring Mrs. Gatwa, because they have no interest in showrunner Russell T Davies's self-admitted decision to trade in genuine storytelling because he doesn't know how to tell a story anymore for ham-fisted progressive messaging, but because they are outright racists who cannot stand to see a non-white individual portray the titular hero, who in this case is a massive tit as we speak. Now listen, okay, it's not about we don't want to see a person of color as the Doctor. First of all, oh, by the way, before I even come back to that point, I need to carry on reading this article because Gatwa is about as insufferable as they come. The latest actress to portray the Time Lord offered her take on Doctor Who's failing reputation while giving an interview to NPR's Eric Deggans ahead of the show's 10th season premiere, speaking on the subject of his existence as the first black actor to be cast as the Doctor, proper actress to Joe Martin's previously featured incarnation of the Time Lord known as the Fugitive Doctor. Gatwa opined, "It's about time. The character is a shape-shifting alien. It can be anyone. No, Doctor Who is a he, played by Tom and Colin Baker, Peter Davidson, Sylvester McCoy, the great John Pertwee, all the other great actors before him. But apparently the Time Lord isn't it. Not he. I mean, Jodie Whittaker. Was that an it? But then again, it's Jodie Whittaker, so I guess all bets are off when you come to that person. So for there to have only been one representation of the character, I think is quite limiting," he added. "Who wouldn't want to see themselves? Are you kidding? Who wouldn't want to see themselves in the shoes of the Doctor, or in your case, Gatwa, Manolo Blahnik?" Honestly, that's quite a dismissive remark when you think about it, because he's just saying, well, it's racist that you've had a white actor consistently portraying all the Doctors. So I guess Peter Capaldi is a piece of trash. Is he, Gatwa? Oh my God. From there, Deggan would turn to press Gatwa for her thoughts on the mountains of criticism fans have leveled towards Davies's aforementioned decision to focus the series on overt socio-political messaging. If you're not writing that in 2024, what on earth are you doing? Well, you're not doing your job, are you, RTD? The showrunner declared during a previous interview with Rolling Stone, which has gone so down the woke hole of absolute garbage and filth, nobody cares about it anymore, rather than entertainment. However, instead of earnestly actually engaging with the substance of this very specific and widespread complaint, Gatwa instead moved to paint those fans who have turned out of Doctor Who as nothing more than anti-black racists. I mean, there's anti-white sentiment going on in the UK and around the world. And if I talk about it, oh my God, I'm the guy who should be thrown into a dungeon. Well, if you're going to do that, make sure you've got a leather-clad Cleo Rockus to beat the living shit out of me in her busty basque.
It's good to be the king.
I don't want to diminish racial aggression at all, but for me, you're gaslighting it. You are gaslighting it, Mrs. Gatwa, by saying all the previous Doctor Who's were played by white men, and that was rather limiting. But for me personally, I find it fascinating that it matters so much to people these days, said the actress. You're going to limit yourselves from a show that you love because you don't like something like someone's appearance. It's just like, well, like really sad for them. You're really going to limit yourselves from a show that you love because you don't like something about someone's appearance. It's just like really sad for them. So for the millions of people who watch EastEnders and may gravitate towards a white character, and that white character is played for years by whoever the actor or actress is that limiting, or is that just acceptance? What about James Bond? Okay, we've had 7 iterations of that so far. I think Aaron Taylor-Johnson is going to be a good Bond after seeing him in Bullet Train, which I thought was a fantastic movie. But of course, no. I think they're going to keep Bond as he should be, as a white dude, as described by Ian Fleming in his books. Of course, James Bond, if you want to really call it that, is a bit of a self-insert from Mr. Fleming. So why not? Notably though, NPR describes the above quote as ending with the assertion that critics have tuned out because you don't like something about someone's appearance or their race. The actual audio of the interview provided by the outlet does not feature any mention of the line or their race. Admittedly, there undoubtedly exists some former Doctor Who fans out there who have chosen to abandon the series for genuinely racist reasons. Such is the reality of the world. Well, those who have done that are morons. I'm going to say that much. They really shouldn't have done it because you don't want to see a black actor. If Richard Ayoade or Patterson Joseph or any other talented actor of color, I even hate to use that phrase because when you're casting specifically because you want to make a point to virtue signal, unfortunately you have to kind of use that awful gaslighting phrase now. I mean, if you cast Henry Cavill, good grief, that would be a geek's wet dream come true, wouldn't it? And in fact, Henry Cavill as Doctor Who wouldn't be a far forgotten choice, actually. It would actually bring the ratings back up to where they belong. I am quoting, yes, Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes from 1982. But this is a sad time, folks, and God, just look at that picture of Gatwa there trying to look like a poor man's Richard Roundtree, aka Shaft. Absolutely ridiculous in my books, but there you go, folks. That's what you asked for, that's what you get, and I can't really say much more than that, can I? But it's been a mildly entertaining session to record these videos and to talk about, and by the time actually I've uploaded these videos, guess what? Everything's going to change all over again. But yes, if you enjoy this latest outburst from Mrs. Ncuti Gatwa that nobody watches her show anymore because they're black apparently, well, you can leave your own conclusions in the comment section below. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed my video today and you want to subscribe to more juicy tidbits, and yes, I use that word not advisedly because look at my channel right here. Good God, I mean, it's like a smorgasbord of breasts and women of various factions. and I'm loving every single second of this and getting quite excited looking up my various thumbnails. So if I were you, ladies and gentlemen, and if you were me... Let me get back to my... Oh my God. I tell you, navigating from one screen to the other is an absolute pain in the ass. Bye, ladies. I'll see you later. But if I were you, and if you were me, hit the like button below, smash and like everything else, and I'll catch you catching me on the next video.